treadmill the other day and I was thinking about you guys, and I was thinking about how much easier it has been for me to stick with my fitness goals. And then I started to think about what had changed in my life from the past when I used to have to force myself to go to the gym and work out and eat healthy. And there were a few things that came up for me that I have done differently this time around that make it much easier for me to actually reach my goals. So the first thing is my intention, really my why, the why that is behind my effort and going to the gym. Before, my intentions were always very aesthetic. Like I wanted to change the way that I looked, my body looked, because I wanted people to think I was attractive. I wanted, that validation. And that why only lasts so long. So when I started to change my intention around why I was going to the gym, it changed my motivation. So before, my intention was really based out of self-hatred and not accepting my body the way that it was. I felt like in order to be acceptable, it had to be a certain way. So I looked at the gym as almost like torture. I felt like I had to go in order to be accepted. So the gym was sort of this place that I had a love-hate relationship with. I felt like I needed to be there, but I didn't want to be there. And it was really based out of hatred. So when I shifted that into self-love, it all really changed. When you operate out of self-love and the intention is to love your body and to appreciate your body, and there's gratitude involved for being able to move, and there's a lot of people that aren't able to exercise. So when you can really tap into that gratitude and appreciation for yourself, and being able to just get up and go to a gym or to go work out, it changes the way that you look at exercising. So the self-love piece was really big for me when I started to exercise, because I wanted to feel healthy. I wanted the energy. I just wanted to feel good and strong in my body. And I felt like I owed that to myself. I owe that to my body, just like you would go exercise your dog. You owe that to your body to move the energy. And I now think of it as more of like a meditative practice. Like when I get on the treadmill, I'm actually super in touch with my body. I'm feeling more connected to God. I know that sounds crazy, but it really is a meditation for me. So I think about it that way too. The other thing that has really changed for me is my self-talk. I used to look in the mirror and I would pick apart every single thing about my body. I hated my body, and I would say the meanest things to myself. I would never give myself any praise or self-talk. It was really about self-deprecating to motivate, which is never something that will last very long. So I started to change my self-talk. I started to look in the mirror and say really positive things to myself. I started to notice and appreciate the things that I did love instead of the things I didn't like. So I was focusing more of my attention on the things I really liked about my body and myself, and just praising myself before I would go to the gym. Also, while you're exercising, it's really important to make sure you're giving yourself that pep talk instead of beating yourself down while you're working out. When you start to get tired, when you're on the treadmill and you start to get exhausted, start to give yourself that positive reinforcement. Tell yourself you're doing such a good job, how proud you are. Keep going, you've got this. Be your own coach and really push yourself, but in a positive way. Also, after your workout, really give yourself that praise and adoration and appreciation for showing up, for doing the work, for going and taking care of your body and putting yourself self-care first, really. So the self-talk is so important. That's one thing that I really started to change that I noticed a huge difference. The other thing is breath. So many of us forget that our breath is actually our life force energy. And when we're not connecting to our breath, we are detached from our bodies. We're operating out of our heads and we're not fully present in our bodies. So now when I'm on the treadmill, when I'm at the gym, when I'm working out, I'm really present with my breath. And that's brought me in. That's why I feel like it's such a meditative practice for me now, is because I'm really present with myself. I'm really present with my breathing. I'm conscious about it. And it becomes like this really spiritual practice in a way. And our breath brings us back into presence. So if you're in a space where you're working out and you're working really hard and your muscles are starting to hurt and you're starting to feel fatigued, take a moment to tune in, to tap back into your breath and allow your presence and your consciousness to kind of get back into that space of breathing. It'll slow you down a little bit and it'll take you out of the mind and back into your body, because the mind always wants to stop before the body does. So if you can be really present and aware of your breath, I think that'll really help you too. The other thing that I started doing that I never did before, and actually one of my mentors recommended me doing this and it's helped tremendously, is adding relaxation after your workouts. So it's almost like a form of appreciation. It's giving your body, it's like in yoga, after they do yoga, they have shavasana. It's paying that respect to the work that your body did for you. And laying there, sometimes I'll just go into the yoga studio at my gym and I'll put out a mat and I'll put on my earbuds and I'll listen to a 10-minute meditation and I'll just lay there and allow my body to receive, because it's so masculine to put out the effort and to work out and to move the energy. It's a very masculine side. And then when we couple that with the relaxation, we're balancing our masculine and our feminine energies. And so you can really make it all a spiritual practice and it becomes something you look forward to. I truly, after I work out, I feel so much better. I feel so much more aligned. I feel like even if I set the intention when I go to work out, if there's something that's going on within me emotionally, or if there's something that I just need to get out, I will set the intention before I go work out to release that, to move that energy. And as I'm working out, I'm really thinking about moving that energy, moving the emotion through my body, and it's helped me. So now when I'm feeling something in the morning where I'm like, oh, I'm just feeling a little off, or I've got this emotion going on, I'll really use the gym as a way to move that energy, to be a catalyst for that energy to kind of flow through, and it's in a really healthy way. Instead of leaning on substances or anything else that can be addictive, it's really nice to have something that's actually super healthy, but also makes you feel really good. Also, it releases those endorphins and the serotonin in your brain. So there's a reason why you feel good when you're working out. It's a really beautiful practice. And I think I used to look at it as more of like a punishment. Same thing with the food. Like I would really restrict myself with what I was eating. I saw that as a way to punish myself. And I was very angry with my body about not looking the way that I wanted it to look. So I would restrict food as a form of punishment. And now I recognize that the food is the fuel that I get to give to my body. Whatever you put into your body, you become. It actually literally turns into you on a cellular level. So now I'm more aware of like, okay, what's going in my body? What am I putting into this vessel? And I really respect it instead of punishing it. And I even stopped drinking alcohol back in May of 2019 because I realized it just didn't feel good. It didn't resonate with my body. It actually made me feel terrible. And it was interrupting my connection with spirit. And I also felt like in the gym, I couldn't put forth the effort I wanted to because I was just fatigued. Alcohol is just a toxin that we're putting into our body. So your body has to then detox that, which takes a lot of energy and a lot of energy reserves. So it doesn't leave much over for you in your life. So I kind of let go of alcohol. I also used to smoke marijuana. I'm in California, so it's legal. But I used to smoke marijuana and I would do so every night. And I realized it was just becoming a habit. It was just a crutch. And it didn't actually help me in any way. I wasn't using it intentionally. I was just kind of using it habitually. So I started to really think about the things in my life that were not healthy for me, were not making me feel at my best. And one by one, I started to kind of remove those things. And it's really helped having the gym as a way to connect again with myself and to move energy and to flow energy. And I really enjoy it. So I just wanted to share this with anyone who is wanting to start a practice for health and wellness, wanting to get back to the gym, wanting to get back to working out and taking care of their body. Maybe just restructuring some of the ways that you used to think about the gym or that you used to think about dieting and exercise and food, and just making a few tweaks I think will really help you to stick to your goals this year. Would love to hear any of your tips or any comments that you have down below related to your health and wellness goals and anything that might have helped you. Please do share. It helps our entire community. And as always, like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time. Bye guys.